Good afternoon. Welcome to City News 24/7. I'm Faiza Amin. Ontario's finances are under the microscope this afternoon. The Ford government has released its latest fiscal update, and it includes a plan to balance the budget by 2026. With more on what this means for you at home, we bring in Afia Ba. Okay, Afia, the document has dropped. The reactions have been made. What can you tell us?
You're absolutely right, Faiza, but Finance Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy and the Ford government essentially saying that they're able to help Ontarians more now due to being in a better position financially. Of course, Bethlenfalvy earlier today releasing his fall economic statement, also known as the mini budget, and showing that when it comes to balancing the books and coming to the province's financial wallet, that they're actually in a better position that they had anticipated. They're saying that for the 2024-25 year, they're in a $6.6 billion deficit. That's actually down from $9.8 billion that they had initially projected earlier this year when they unveiled their spring budget. They say by 2025-26, those numbers will actually drop dramatically down to $1.5 billion in the red. And then by 2026-27, they hope to balance the books. And so let's hear from Finance Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy, who seems relatively pleased by these numbers that have been released.
If Ontario were a country, we'd be one of the top 20 countries in the world. And we're one of the few, if not the only one, that has a path to balance, that is getting credit rating upgrades and managing people's money responsibly. And by the way, we're able to do this because our taxpayer revenue has gone up and our deficits and our borrowing has gone down.
Now, if people are curious about other projects that the Ford government wants in place, like Highway 413, there is no updated numbers in terms of cost on how much that would cost to build, as well as the proposed tunnel that Ford wants in place. You will hear that, or you will recall rather, that he wants a tunnel to be bored underneath the 401 from Brampton over to Scarborough. No official numbers on how much that would cost, or even on the cost of the tunnel feasibility study. Some other numbers that were quite curious that were released earlier today when it comes to the LCBO's net income. They're actually projecting a below budget forecast of $2.1 million for 2024-25 and then $2.2 million for 2025-26. They're saying that's due to labor action over the summer as well as overall decrease in consumption. But those numbers are expected to grow to just over $8 billion by 2026-27. LCBO will be the wholesaler for grocery stores and convenience stores, as we know that they are already selling beer, wine, and ready-to-make cocktails that are now available in their stores. Some other things that they also mentioned today in the statement: an increase from the Ontario Municipal Partnership Fund of $100 million over the next 2 years to just over $600 million by 2026. This is, of course, to help small and rural municipalities meet the needs of their growing communities. And we already know that some of the things that were already announced ahead of today's unveiling of the statement, the $200 checks that were going to be provided to every Ontario taxpayer starting early next year. Something that the opposition has been saying is a gimmick, people continue to speculate of a possible early election that could be called by sometime next spring. Of course, the rest of these details that were announced today, the opposition quick to respond to today's statement that was released. Let's listen in from opposition, the Ontario NDP, as well as Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie.
The reality is that the people of Ontario are living through tough times. They feel stuck looking for an affordable place to live, stuck looking for a family doctor, stuck waiting for better schools.
People are dying on wait lists. In fact, 11,000 last year alone. And Doug Ford is spending $1 billion on nursing agencies, $1 billion on booze, $2 billion on foreign mega spas. And he got caught giving $8 billion to his friends and cronies in the Greenbelt scandal.
And the Green Party also released a statement earlier today essentially saying that the Premier has abandoned Ontarians when it comes to delivering on projects like getting homes built and making sure that Ontarians have access to family doctors as well as resources for mental health support. Now, of course, there will be a full breakdown of this economic statement that was released earlier today with our very own Mark McAllister. That will be coming up live at City News at 5 and 6. Faiza, I'll send it back inside to you.
Okay, Afia Ba, Queen's Park. Thank you so much, Afia.